Good morning. Again, welcome to the 2024 Governor's Small Business Summit, hosted right here in beautiful New Braunfels, Texas on a beautiful fall-like day. Finally, a fall-like day, if I may say. My name is Lynette Gray. I'm going to serve as your MC this morning and get a few people introduced. And what I'm known for is I always give people useless information every day. If you don't already know, today is National Bosses Day. It's National Love Your Body Day and National Support Your Local Chamber of Commerce Day. Yeah. Our famous birthdays today: Tim Robbins is 65, Barry Corbin is 84, John Mayer is 47, and Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers turns 62. In the program, they have Prom Redeaux listed next to my name, and that's just one of the programs that's near and dear to my heart. I started it in 2014 because I saw some of my daughter's friends not being able to go to prom because they couldn't afford dresses. And if you've ever sent a person to prom or got married, you know that a dress is the most expensive part of prom. So to date, I've handed out about 2,500 dresses. I'm a one-woman show, and then I have volunteers that help me get handouts, but I basically run it out of my house. Once a year, I also collect business clothing and hand it out at the Texas Women of Influence Conference held in Seguin in August. A second point about me: today, October 16th, marks my 1-year anniversary of retiring when we sold our business. Thank you. My husband and I had 64 years between us in the solid waste industry, otherwise known as trash. And the third point about me: I am a senior Olympian. I just returned home from Utah early Monday morning. I competed in 6 events in 3 sports representing Texas and came back with 3 silver and 2 bronze medals. Thank you. And everybody asks, a couple of people asked me today, what is that all about? Well, I said it with 11,880 seniors aged 50 to 105, representing 91 countries and 37 sports. And it was just an honor to be in that presence of people that were actually former Olympians, especially in the track and field. I was in awe looking at these very talented athletic women that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, still competing. Yesterday, a lady that was 105 bowled and got the gold medal. I don't know how much competition she had, but she was 105 nonetheless and was bowling. And really quickly, I was told I could have permission to do this. I haven't shared these with anyone yet, but I brought them home to Texas, guys. Without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Nathali Parker Weisman, the Chairwoman for the Governor's Commission for Women. She is from New Braunfels and is the co-owner and CEO of KLP Construction Supply, a heavy civil regular dealer and distributor of construction materials with 5 stocking locations around Texas, including one in San Marcos on Hunter Road. Parker and her sister Karen Parker Rogers started KLP in 2012 with a focus on the heavy highway and infrastructure industry. Today she serves as the Associate Co-Vice Chair for the Austin Chamber of the Association of General Contractors, Heavy Civil and Utilities Division, a future Young Leaders Committee member for the Austin and DFW ACG chapters, and an AGC Workforce Development Task Force member and the We Build Texas Roads Partnership between TxDOT, ACG of Texas, TXAPA, and TACA. She also serves on the Education and New Technologies Committees of the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association and was the chair to launch the Women of Asphalt branch of Texas. She previously served on the board of the TXAPA and as chair for the Associate Division. She is married to Johnny Weisman of Hunter Industries and is a proud Letterman Bobcat. She graduated from Texas State University with a Bachelor of Science. She is also a proud citizen of the Chickasaw Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathali Parker Weisman.
Congratulations on your medals.
Thank you.
That is amazing. I get to watch those on Instagram and TikTok, and I get inspired to be 110 racing myself down the track. So thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate your time and attention today. This is an exciting moment for New Braunfels. I don't think have we ever been to New Braunfels? This is the first time that the governor's office has done a small business summit here. So I'm really proud to be a host, and this is where I live, and to see, you know, new faces and familiar faces. So thank you so much for being here. I'm the chairwoman for the Governor's Commission for Women. I don't know if you know anything about us. We have some amazing ladies across the state of Texas. There are about 15 of us. Actually, there are 15 of us. Some of them are here today. Please stand and be recognized. Amy in the red, she will be a moderator, and so will Kimberly. Amy came from Amarillo, Texas today to be with us, and Kimberly came all the way from East Texas far East Texas to be with us today. We also have Gita, she's coming in the blue. She came in from Houston, and we have a couple of others that will join us later. So the Texas Governor's Commission for Women has various initiatives that we are given to by Mrs. and Mr. Abbott, or Governor Abbott, and to, you know, take on across the state of Texas. And one of them is woman-owned business. And our initiative is to make Texas the #1 state in the United States for women-owned businesses to thrive. We can talk about that. We have amazing leadership that wants, you know, women entrepreneurs to thrive and women to thrive, which is phenomenal. So today we're going to have different speakers. We're going to have panelists. We're going to address issues that we believe affect everybody in business. So we're going to take on finance. We're going to take on cybersecurity. We're going to take on scaling. We're going to take on marketing. We're going to take on all kinds of things. And if you look around the room, you will see different resources here. The hard part is to put everything into one day, or actually like 10 to 3. And then, you know, you might be dealing with something more in depth. And that's what these resources are here for you. So I highly recommend that you go around the room on the breaks and just, you know what your pain points are, you know what you're struggling with, and find out where these resources fit you. Because I promise there is a Tylenol for a headache here today that can help you, okay? And then you can set up meetings and appointments and all that stuff later on to get your hand held more or a further in-depth conversation. The other thing I want to bring your attention to is right over here at the Art Galleries of Texas. Corey Goff is here today. She is the director of the Art Galleries of Texas. This is dear to our hearts. It's also one of our initiatives. I might not say this properly, so bear with me, okay. The Art Galleries is an amazing, amazing organization, and it helps the foster kids across the state of Texas. It doesn't just help foster just all across the board. It does help all across the board foster kids, but it focuses on what I call the forgotten kids. The forgotten kids are the older kids, or they're a sibling group. And if you're not, I don't know if you know this statistic, but it's incredibly moving for me, that if you are not adopted by the age of 11 or 12 in the system, your chances of adoption rate drop below, I'm gonna cry, 1%. Less than 1%. Corey helped launch the Art Galleries in Central Texas. This initiative, year over year, compounded to an adoption rate of almost 70%. So these forgotten kids can no longer be forgotten and can have a forever home and feel like they have a future. So I invite you, we have one in Central Texas. We're kind of, New Braunfels is kind of in this weird, are we in San Antonio? Or are we Austin? Or we just New Braunfels? So, or the Texas Hill Country, like we're in this really unique spot. So it doesn't matter, you can be part of the Central, what is it?
Texas or South
Okay, Central Texas or South Central Texas. Okay, now what does that mean to be a part of it? Come and volunteer. If you're a photographer, donate your skills. Find out what the kids need. Maybe you have a venue or as business owners, you could actually host a art gallery with these beautiful children for people in the community to find out about them. You don't know what's in their hearts and in their minds. They're longing to provide a home for kids, or they're not able to have kids, so they want to adopt. We don't know where people are in that, in that situation. So please, if you are a business owner and you have a venue, please go to Corey, or if you and host a art gallery. If you just want to volunteer and help these kids, mentor these kids, please, if you want to write a check, we're happy to take money. Please, $5 goes a long way to, give a child a lunch and spend time with them. So any of that way you want to participate in the art gallery, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Now, I don't know where I am with my notes, but so please go around the room on the breaks and all that stuff. I do want to highlight and say thank you to our sponsors who made this possible today. First of all, the Governor's Office for Workforce Development is here. We also have the Governor's Office for Economic Development. Please raise your hands, who really put this show on. Thank you so much for all of your help. The Beacon State Fund, which helps the Women's Commission put on events like this. I want to say thank you to Capital CDC. If you need help with banking or financial, they can help you. VK Knowlton, thank you for sponsoring and having a table here. If you need utilities put in your subdivision, call them. Hunter Industries, of course, near and dear to my heart. Thank you, Hunter Industries. And then KLP Construction Supplies. So without further ado, we'll bring the Emcee back. Great, there you are. Here you go.
Let's hear it for Nathali. Up next, we're going to have Joe Esparza. He currently serves as the commissioner representing employers for the Texas Workforce Commission, having been appointed by Governor Greg Abbott in 2023. In his role, Commissioner Esparza serves as an advocate for over 660,000 Texas employers and over 3 million small businesses. He and his team serve as a key resource for all Texas employers to help businesses grow and thrive in Texas. Prior to his appointment, Commissioner Esparza served as the Texas Deputy Secretary of the state in 2018, having previously served in other roles in Governor Abbott's administration since 2012. He is a graduate of Texas Tech University and received an honorable discharge from the U.S. Marine Corps, serving from 1999 to 2007. Please help me welcome to the stage Commissioner Joe Esparza.
Good morning, everybody. I'm very, very excited to be here. This storied community. I grew up just a little bit down the road in Schertz, and so we would sneak over into the area here, and I always just feel like the music coming out of Green Hall, out of the screens, were pretty much the soundtrack to my summers of childhood. So it's great to be back. One of my all-time favorite places between here in San Antonio, and I'm actually excited I didn't have to go all the way into San Antonio because I'm headed right back up in our perpetual progress that we call I-35. So I am the representative from the Texas Workforce Commission, the commissioner that represents you as employers. We have in the state of Texas over 665,000 employers, of which 3.2, roughly around that, are small businesses. And we've this is a great time for me. I really enjoy coming to these events all over the state. Our economic development folks in the governor's office, this is their road show. They've done in many more places to go here in the state of Texas, small, medium, and large. I heard this was probably one of the biggest crowds that have registered for the event. It definitely shows, and you guys are here in might and power. So happy networking, happy October. It's kind of the season to reconnect with our partners and our business partners out and in each other. So I get the ability or the availability to provide you some resources, and this is kind of my time to talk about those resources, which I'm very proud of as an office. Not only with the agency of the Texas Workforce Commission agency that provides services and facilitates grants to continue a workforce flow into new business and keeping to expand. The state of Texas itself is continuing to grow. The economy, you'll hear over and over our leadership, especially the governor and the office, talk about it being the 8th largest economy in the state, in the world. So I mean, we're vast power of economy, and the reason is because we continue to find entrepreneurs like you and continue to support local leadership with good ideas to continue to bring new businesses into the area and to expand on it. So we really want to continue that service. We as an agency, as a resource, provide these types of grants and programs that I kind of want to tell you a little bit about. But definitely want to thank all the speakers that I'm looking here. It's a heck of a program that's coming up. Our cybersecurity stuff, I'm really interested in that, and Andy Crawford's doing a great job with there. And I saw the roofing chick Jeep outside, so I kind of wanted, there you go. Hard to miss. And so again, a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurship, for business, for expansion, especially with side hustles and skills development, supporting manufacturing. A lot of the strong partnerships that we see here we want to continue to help facilitate it with some of these here. But our office, as we provide, is the Office of Employers, as I mentioned. What that means is in the state of Texas, we, in federal and state laws, have you real predominantly with the unemployment insurance that you as employers may have employees. We want to help you take care of your workforce. Our office helps with guidance. So one of the biggest resources that we have, much like this conference, we also host Texas Conference for Employers. This is one of the resources where we have a staff of attorneys available to help you with guidance. One anecdote that I've always kind of hung in my mind is we have a hotline for people who can call and talk about mostly HR issues. Obviously, a lot of small businesses don't have the ability to stand up an HR department to do the work. We help with that guidance. We have attorneys that are very astute in employment law, and to help you through some of the phases of onboarding and offboarding your workforce as you need it. With a little bit of education in a good grasp of these laws that we want to help teach you, you can definitely avoid the tax burdens that come after when it comes to unemployment insurance. We had somebody call who ran a dentist's operation. She was a dentist and had, much like was put in a very tough situation about an employee that was no longer living up to the expectations that she was hired for. A lot of different questions. And she took an action. May not have been, we wanted to advise her out of it, but she finally was able to get into our appeals process to where we were able to appeal her case. And again, some of these businesses have been around for years, and I think she had her business for about 20 years, and just really was letting the tax burden pile up. So again, our conference for employers that we put on, it's a full day of conference. We're learning all this information, but in the spur of a notice, we have a hotline you can call. I've got we're leaving some materials over there with Lindsay, wave your hand. All the kind of contact information for our office that we can provide, we stand up a hotline. You can call our attorneys. You can send an email to us. We really want you to sign up for a newsletter that we put out every month that goes into a specific topic when it comes to making sure that you're meeting the federal and state laws for employment, but you're not putting yourself in those situations that could eventually burden you as well. Also, with our office, with the agency, we do provide grants and some of the grant programs, and Lindsay has a lot of more detailed information about the grants, but a couple that I like to highlight, one of which really helps you with your workforce, is the Skills for Small Business. This is a grant program that is available to you to partner with and partner with your employees that are able to partner with your, I think Dr. Morrill back there, I think they're with local colleges in the area, community colleges, and get your employees into classes that can help them with administration, with finance, with things like that. So basically it opens up that course catalog to your employees with the help of some grants to support that. The Skills Development Fund obviously is a huge grant program that we have in the state of Texas. We want to listen to you and to your needs as far as employers and businesses on what's coming down the pipe. There's expansion happening. Larger, businesses are moving into the state. Every night I hear about this a lot. It seems like more Fortune 500 companies and headquarters are moving their locations in the state of Texas, which definitely gives us opportunity, right? So what we want there is, if this is something that you're partnering with a supply chain partnership or something, that your skill force, your incumbent skilled worker force, just needs a couple of trainings or to raise the level of increasing their skills on there. That program is a partnership with a training center that gets those folks into those areas and helps them raise the credentialing for their skills. So again, it's kind of a rising tide thing when it comes to economic development. Our chambers of commerce, recruiting more business into the area. It kind of helps everybody out with that. So those are the two of the grant programs, but also further initiatives. I am excited to see the art galleries and our foster youth. Our agency also supports a lot of initiatives to find the underutilized workforce pipelines. So foster youth, we have our emerging workforce that are still like even in middle school, y'all. We're getting to kids, getting them engaged into learning financial literacy, money, how money works, how it can work for them, careers and skill building, trade craft and things. We're getting younger and younger into their minds about what do you want to be, and these are questions that we were always asked, and when it came down to executing, it really was left to a couple of people in the school. And what I mean by that is we want to continue to serve more of the community by empowering teachers for programs like teacher externships, where businesses out in the community bring a teacher on to their business during the summer and teach them what's happening in the world, so that they're continuously hitting and answering questions by the students. But what'd you do this summer? Well, these teacher externship programs have curriculum that takes teachers into finance and working with banks, manufacturing, transportation, tourism, all that stuff, and just to give them a little bit more of an idea about what the world is like outside of after high school and moving on into four-year colleges. We also partner with the local workforce development board here. It's the Alamo Area Workforce Solutions Group. Adrian Lopez is one, and he's really the executive director that is the forward-facing person that works with the public and helps job seekers and helps employers find job seekers and marries the two. We definitely support a lot of their programs. One is one of my favorites called the SEAL program. It's the Summer Earn and Learn program. This is kind of an internship program for folks that may have learning disabilities, but this is wonderful opportunity to get them into communities, to give them a kind of a summer job for a couple of weeks, to develop communication and empower them to know that they are on track to be able to help themselves and get into leadership and get into management positions, because they had your help as a business and teaching them, being an mentor to it. So we're excited about all those programs that are here. And VIA is a huge business in San Antonio, the bus stations, and they bring in a lot of folks that are working in the kind of the transit and cyber authority stuff. So they're great jobs. Me personally, I definitely want to thank my first summer job locally here. I used to work at Natural Bridge Caverns for a couple summers. The Wiest family, Jory Wiest and her sons used to run that, and you see the billboards, and they're around the communities every day. This helps me get over my fear of speaking. I'm still working on it, but again, having been put in this opportunity to be a cheerleader for all these great programs, I see the how important it is for me to put myself in a position to communicate all these great programs and get involved with these events to further our cause and to make our employers just that much more empowered. So with that, this one here, I'm really excited about the women-owned business. This is by far one of the biggest reflection of that. We have another one in Wichita Falls that's veterans. I'll be excited about that one too. But again, thanks to the team that continues to put these things together, and we definitely appreciate it. And I'm not going to be able to see the First Lady's speech when she comes here, but being around the periphery of her work in the state of Texas with foster care, with charitable programs, and just be a compassionate person in pushing entrepreneurship. I definitely decided from the guys school seminary today in that too. So, but again, thank y'all so much. Again, look for our office. Let us help you with any questions that y'all have. Our workforce, our Texas workforce for employers, conferences are, we have one in El Paso. We usually mix them around, so San Antonio, the areas, but we do have a couple that are virtual. So if you're able to attend those, jump in. You'll definitely enjoy. You'll save that money. It's your money, so we want you to make sure that you're using it for what you can. So thank you all so much again for being here, and thank you for having me. We're not all that good.
Thank you, Commissioner Esparza. Up next, we're going to have Annie Dennis. Annie is the Deputy Director of Business and Community Development in the Texas Economic Development and Tourism Office within the Office of the Governor. She is responsible for assisting the Director of BCD with the management of the existing industry, small business, international, marketing, and research teams, and has specific oversight of the business recruitment and community relations teams. She has 12 years of economic development experience. She has been with the Texas Governor's Office for 6 years, and previous to that role, worked for 6 years in Washington, D.C. in international economic development. She holds a master's degree in international administration, policy, and intelligence analysis from the Joseph Corbel School of International Studies in Denver, Colorado, and as part of this degree program, she served for 2 years as a Peace Corps volunteer working with internally displaced persons in the nation of Georgia. Annie lives in Austin with her husband Chad and 20-month-old son Gunner. Good morning.
Thank you, Lynette. And good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Nope. I tend to be a soft speaker, so.
Like it went off. The microphone is dead.
Good thing I heard it kind of going off. I tried out for cheerleading in middle school. I didn't get it, so. Yeah? Awesome. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Lynette. As mentioned, my name is Annie Dennis, and it is my privilege to welcome you on behalf of the Texas Governor's Office of Economic Development and Tourism to our Small Business Summit here in New Braunfels. The Office of the Governor is committed to making Texas a place for businesses to succeed. And Texas is home to 3.2 million small businesses. Of these, 1.3 million are women-owned. And these small businesses create jobs that employ nearly half of all working Texans. On a national level, Texas is actually the leader in job creation. So it is the small business owners like you in the room today that the credit is due. You form the foundation of Texas's economy. So we just want to thank you. Oh, it went out again. We want to thank you for all your hard work. Can you hear me in the back now? I'll keep going. And we understand that being a woman business owner is unique. Women tend to run businesses in different industries than men, and the challenges that women face in opening and growing a business are distinct as well. Did I make the cheerleading team yet? Trade today. So we've created this Women's Focus Summit as a time for you as women entrepreneurs and business owners to come together in a concentrated effort to really focus on your interests and what really matters to you, to discuss those challenges that are unique to being a woman business owner, and to gain access to resources that are going to help you become clear on your vision and grow a successful business. And there have been so many individuals and groups involved in putting this event together, and I think Nathali actually named all of them, but they're worth noting again. So the Texas Workforce Commission, thank you, Governor's Commission for Women, the new Braunfels Chamber of Commerce Economic Development Office, Beacon State Fund, Hunter Industries, Capital CDC, the VK Knowlton Construction and Utilities, and KLP Construction Supply. I also want to recognize our team members from the Governor's Office that worked to put this event together. Jarvis Brewer, he is our small business advocate and small business team lead. We also have 3 of our business assistant specialists here, Brian Roller, Sandra Sanchez, David Menchaca Garcia. We also have Mallory McCoy here. Where are you? She's our South Texas rep, up way in the back there. Our South Texas regional rep. Laurel Davies is our marketing specialist, and then we have 2 folks from our finance team in the back there, Shannon Benavides and Cynthia Ramos. And finally, I want to recognize our resource provider partners. Some of you have traveled long distances, which serves as a reminder to all of us how important our work is here today. So thank you again for joining us. And we're going to list their names here on the screen, so please take time to network with them during your breaks and during lunch. The Office of the Governor is committed to making Texas a place for business to succeed, and our office will continue to assist small businesses, which are the foundation of Texas's economy. So at this time, please turn your attention to the video screen for a few words from our Governor Abbott.
Hi, this is Governor Greg Abbott. Welcome to the Governor's Small Business Summit, and thank everybody for being part of this exciting event. The more than 3 million small businesses in our great state are the backbone of the great Texas economy. Thanks to small businesses, Texas leads the nation in economic expansion. And we are the #1 state for job creation in 2023. Texas is also a top state for women, minority, and veteran-owned businesses. And we lead the nation in small business growth. Men and women willing to take a risk, dig deep into their own pockets, and stake their future on an idea have long written the story of Texas. That pioneering spirit still fuels our shared prosperity today. Together we are all building a bigger, better Texas for the next generation. May God bless you all. And may God forever bless the great state of Texas.
Before we get into panel sessions, on the screen is a timeline of today's activities. There you go. Feel free to make notes if anything. Also, during today's event, please take advantage of the free professional headshots that every business owner should have in their portfolio. This free service is located at the photo booth in the back of the room. Actually, I think it's in the lobby. Please note the photographer information on the poster and in the program so you may follow up after the event if needed. Also following today's event, the Governor's Commission for Women and the New Braunfels Chamber Women's Business Alliance are graciously hosting a networking happy hour next door at Freddie C's. We welcome all of you to join us and look forward to connecting with you further after the event. At this time, we're going to take a 15-minute break before we come back and get into our first panel session.